tired of it. We're fed up. We're done. We're going to go through with the process. They're doing too little, too late.
It's sickening to watch the water rise in your property and to know if it's going to stop or not. And where we live at, it doesn't rise till after it stops raining.
There are only 2 people, but they are voicing the frustrations for many in Ascension Parish. It's why a historic move is underway in Ascension with recall efforts for 6 council members all at once, 3 of which have already been filed with the Louisiana Secretary of State's office. Per the parish rules, the council members also serve as the East Ascension Drainage District Board members. The 6 members Ascension residents say they want out of office are Dempsey Lambert, Terry Casso, Corey Orgeron, Aaron Lawler, Dale Wagaspack, and John Cagnalotti. What sent majority of people in Ascension over the edge was a move at the June meeting where those 6 members voted to remove the current Drainage Board president, Clint Quintmaw, who is also the Ascension Parish president, and named Bill Rue as the interim director.
These councilmen acting as the Drainage Board have taken the most knowledgeable drainage person we have in this whole parish and trying to take him off of drainage. And people are flooding. He was getting things done. And he is beloved in this parish because he is getting things done in drainage.
To make matters worse, we're told that the chair of the drainage district, Dempsey Lambert, promised answers to all questions at the July 12th meeting. However, because there weren't enough members present, there wasn't a quorum to even have a meeting, something people in Ascension say was done on purpose to avoid questions. Aaron Lawler spoke to Unfiltered with Kieran by phone.
You'd have to ask the 4 council members that weren't there that day. I was there. I don't know what the other ones were doing at that time. But that's ludicrous to think that it wasn't intentionally a quorum.
Okay. What about the meeting in June when a lot of people were pretty upset that the parish president had been removed and there were a lot of questions that you and 1 more council member had said that all questions will be answered at the July meeting, but then there was no quorum for anybody to ask questions and get answers?
Well, I mean, it's unfortunate that other council members weren't able to show up, and like I said, I don't know why they couldn't show up to the July meeting, but I know a lot of the questions were about some of the contracts that were entered into, and right now, those would almost be moot questions because we're working to, I say we, I'm working to try and reach a compromise with the parish president on a lot of these drainage issues that would make those questions kind of moot at this point.
Because that July 12th meeting was a packed room, they did go ahead and allow the public comment section, meaning anyone who filled out a red card. Now, prior to the meeting starting, there were people filling out those red cards anywhere they found a spot.
We the people or citizens, I guess we should say, of Ascension Parish are fed up. We're fed up with the politics that's going on up here. They're not listening to us. They're not hearing what we have to say. They're not really paying attention. They don't care because they've got their mind made up when they come into this council room. They let us stand up here and talk, but it just goes in one side and right out the other.
Where's the help? Where's the concern? Why don't they come to these neighborhoods that flood and talk to the residents? I've yet to see my councilman. I voted for this guy because he was a new guy. Stepped up, Mr. Dale, to be a new guy. I voted for him, but I think I wasted my vote.
Lonnie Vicknier moved to Gonzales to be closer to his children and grandchildren. But after flooding 3 times, he says he and his wife have simply had enough.
I'm born and raised in Reserve, lived in the same neighborhood my whole life. Left a lot of friends and family behind, but I came here to be with my kids and grandkids. And now we're thinking about moving somewhere where it's not flooding. And to watch her fear every night it rains, wondering, is this gonna be the night? Will it stop before it gets to us or will it get us? And it's sickening. It's a sickening feeling. It's very disturbing. It's something you can't really explain until it happens to you.
And that was a question posed to the few, if any of them had ever flooded.
Give the people some help in this parish. Talk to the people. Learn to know your constituents. The people that voted for you are the people you should care about. not big industry.
He's referring to the construction and development industries. Due to so many people flooding repeatedly, like Vic Neer, the parish president suggested a 12-month moratorium to figure out and fix the current infrastructure before adding more development.
They're wanting to build and build and build, and they leave in the infrastructure all alone, like it is. You can't do that. We got to have drainage. We've had this flooding for too long.
The water comes faster now. It takes longer to drain out. And this is from all the new homes.
I lost 50 years of photographs that I had in my house. We can't get that back. Those photographs, they're gone. You know, that's history. I had 30 inches of rain in my house that's never flooded.
The district, however, compromised and voted for a 9-month moratorium. Unfiltered with Kieran did examine the campaign contributions and expenditures of all 6 members and have pulled them for you, the public, to see on the website unfilteredwithkieran.com. The very first recall to be filed was against Terry Casso on July 19th. Chairman of that recall group, Zach Boudreaux, said, quote, "We're a group of concerned citizens. We've sat back and watched things. The actions of the last few weeks have caused a lot of us to be upset, fed up, and we want change. We welcome new people in, but not without the proper studies and infrastructure. We were all taking a step back for 12 months like the president suggested. We all told Casso that, and they voted against it. She emailed us saying her opinion was this, and she has about 7,000 people in her district, and she is 1/7,000th of the district. It's become a pattern, and we want to see better for District 8 in Ascension Parish." Casso did interview by phone.
I appreciate that they see it that way, but I'm sorry, that's just not true. There are a lot of people who reached out to me opposed to a moratorium, but they're not going to come stand there at a public meeting and be chastised and heckled, and they just make a phone call or they send me an email and they let me know how they feel. And my obligation is to weigh and to balance both sides of every issue, not just those people who make the most loud objection.
Corey Orgeron's recall was filed on July 21st. Chairwoman of that recall group, Denise Marchand Drago, said, quote, "We are on a mission. This man doesn't represent us. He doesn't listen at the council meetings. He ignores us. This was just the last straw in the bucket." Drago said in the 1-week period, they already have 500 signatures and roughly need about 2,600 in total. July 26, the recalled Dempsey Lambert group filed their official paperwork. Chair of that group, Philip Bellin, said they need roughly a third of the nearly 8,000 people they have in their district to sign the petition. Quote, "If you knew Dempsey and put work orders in, things got done. But if you didn't know him, orders sit for years." 3-2. Unfiltered with Kieran did call and email Dempsey Lambert but got no response. The recall groups for John Cagnolotti, Aaron Lawler, and Dale Wagaspack all say they plan to file their paperwork with the Secretary of State in August. Kathy DeLotte is the chairwoman of the recalled John Cagnolotti group. "I'm sure he's a very fine man and has a lot of family in Ascension Parish. I was at the drainage meeting in June. I was among nearly 3 dozen people who stood up and spoke up in favor of our current parish president because we feel he has the knowledge on drainage. There were probably 100 people in that room, and many didn't speak, but they all filled out cards and in opposition to what can be described as a very covert, deceptive, secretive method in how they would remove the parish president as the head of the drainage board. The thing that upset everyone is how they went around everybody. We asked for his resignation because we felt he had completely ignored the desires of his constituents. We felt Mr. Cagnolotti gave us no reason to remove our parish president. When we told him to resign, he asked for our patience. He may not have headed the effort to replace our parish president with Bill Rue, but he did go along with it." Cagnolotti did not return a call or email for comment. Katrina Bonamolo is serving as the chair for the Recall Dale Wagasback group. We just feel Ascension Parish is not going in the direction people want. They're more worried about development than the infrastructure. If we don't do something, the parish will be destroyed. We need to do at least 3 recalls successfully to make a difference, but we want 6. If we can do all 6, we can get 6 people who want to make a change and start changing some of the development laws and ordinances. We're tired of everyone passing the buck. He voted to take Clint off the board, and the people voted him in because we wanted him in charge of drainage because he's got the most knowledge of any parish president we've ever had. Wagasback responded via email and said, "Sorry, I was out of town this weekend. My campaign contributions are on the Louisiana Ethics website. I did not receive any contributions from developers or construction companies." Meanwhile, Sonny Edwards is running the recall efforts against Aaron Lawler. We're determined to move forward and get him out of office because he's known for his antics. He's known by a lot of people as Lying Lawler. He tells you one thing and does something different. He does not represent the people, the constituents that put him in. We need to get him out. It's that simple.
We actually voted them into office. When we put them into office, and we asked them to do what we wanted to do because they told us that's what they were going to do. And then they turn around and do us this way and not listen and don't want to go along with their constituents. It's something that's never been done, to my knowledge and history, is 6 individual council people being recalled at one time in one parish.
Unfiltered with Kieran did reach out to the parish president and Bill Rue for comments or interviews for this report, but never got a response to those requests. With Unfiltered with Kieran, I'm Kieran Chawla. If you like my work, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Unfiltered with Kieran.